This week on In Building Design, we're learning all about Pangaea Natural Stone, from their revolutionary packing and shipping processes to the incredible social initiatives that they support. Also, everyone's favorite new guy makes a new friend. It's all right around the corner. Welcome back to In Building Design. I'm Rob McKay, and our constant new guy, Ken, is with us also.
Greetings.
Thanks for being here, Ken. But most importantly, our guest today is not only a leader in the world of natural stone, but he's also a social-minded, all-out, tremendous human being, president and CEO of Pangaea Natural Stone, Sanjay Nikanj. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
It's good to be here.
I'm glad you're here on the show. We have a little tradition here on the show. We like to have people tell us a little bit about themselves. You think you can do that in 15 seconds?
I didn't realize that was the time limit, but I'll try.
All right, Ken, can you put 15 seconds on the clock for us?
Can do. Are you ready, Sanjay?
I am ready.
Here we go. And begin.
Okay, born in India, moved to Canada, so I'm Canadian A. Montreal, love the Habs if you aren't hockey fans. Montreal Canadiens, moved to Saskatchewan, that's where I did all my schooling. Moved to BC, met a beautiful woman, married her, and got 2 dogs.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Right on.
That counts. That counts.
Was excellent job. We get a little reward for your great work and hitting it right on the mark. Ken?
Wow, fantastic.
Awesome.
Okay, that was for 15 seconds of work. I love it.
Yeah, perfect. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a story behind the development of this product.
Yeah, absolutely, Rob. So it was a customer in a booth that basically told me some of the challenges that there were in the thin veneer industry. And at that time, I wasn't even really clear of what a thin stone veneer really was. I mean, natural stone generally is an inconsistent, unpredictable product. So the challenge was really of how do you take something that's inconsistent and unpredictable and making it consistent and predictable. Time and time again.
Well, I'm sorry. When you say consistent, do you mean the look of it or the shape of it? Like, what are they talking about when they say it's not consistent or when natural stone is not consistent?
It depends on the perspective. So if it's from a customer's perspective that's installing it on their home, they could look at some sampling material. It would have some variations of browns or grays or whatever the color that you're interested in. But the part that you actually end up receiving or getting on the wall could be completely different than what you selected.
Okay.
Right, so that's just from a color perspective. They had challenges with actually having to problem solve the material that they were actually receiving.
Yeah.
So problem solving in the sense that if they ordered 100 square feet, they might have got 90 square feet, but you wouldn't necessarily know that until the job was sold. And now here you are as a customer, right?
Furious.
You've paid for 100 square feet, but you've received 90. Now you'll get your 100, but now the mason's got the job delayed. He's got to run back to the dealer site and got to prove that he only got 90 square feet instead of 100 because they were actually sorting out a lot of the rubble that was even put into the crates. And so what you'd actually get wasn't really installable.
Right, just a big mountain of rock, probably wired together. So if you're not in the business, when we talk to masons and we bring this product to them, they're kind of awestruck. They're like, really, is this what we get? Like, this is a display pallet? And we say, no. Every pallet's like this, and it's truly unique. It's different than what's in the business. I mean, look at it.
I love the look of this. I'm afraid to touch it because if I took it out of there, I'd never get it back in like this.
It's
packed
tough.
Perfectly.
I've tried it.
This product is sold installation ready.
How much is in here? This is
200 square feet.
Okay.
And each layer is 10 square feet, so it's designed that way.
Oh,
so
that's easy.
20 layers.
And see those layers
labeled.
are labeled.
Yep.
20.
So you get down, there's no
guesswork in here.
Right.
To get this stone in the shape that you see it, after we actually fabricate it into the shapes that you see today, or in this pallet, our packaging team will actually cut, tool, and trim the material ready for installation on the wall. Exactly what a mason would do on site, we will do pre-packaging.
So a traditional piece of stone, if you got this from another stone manufacturer, it wouldn't be in this nice, neat shape. It might look close to this, but there might be a little bulge over here, a little high point here. And if you're trying to get this nice rectangular shape, the mason's gonna have to shape it himself, right? Yep. And now you've paid for all of that to go into the bucket. You've paid for the freight, you've paid for everything.
And when you shave stuff off as a mason, I'm not a mason, I would imagine you get a lot of chipping because that's a pretty smooth cut.
Well, this is what we're looking at here is a 3-course ashlar. So there are 3 specific sizes in this specific material. And what's important about this, from an installation perspective, is that the sides are parallel. And it sounds easy,
But with a stone,
as you see, that sides are parallel, and that's really, really important when it comes to installation in terms of access and speed.
those giant mortar things in there too.
No, yeah.
Just like.
You want to see stone, not mortar.
Okay,
right?
you guys have picked this up twice now. What is this? What is that?
So this is going back to feedback and listening to the market. When I was doing all my research and development, there was a lot of masons that were basically saying the challenge with natural stone, we love working with the product, but the challenge is when we take a piece of natural stone and we adhere it to a vertical substrate, we've got to, either support it or we got to hold it until the mortar bites, or otherwise it starts sliding down, right? He says, could you do something to the back of the product to make it bite to very similar as manufactured stone? So we developed this product. I didn't know what it was called, and the mason actually named it Grip Set. He said, Sandra, you should call this Grip Set because it grips and it sets.
It is what
I
it
said,
is.
great, can I use that? He said, yes. So anyways,
Yeah.
it's a registered trademark owned by us.
That's awesome. Did you buy him dinner, I hope?
I
Or lunch?
did more than that, yes, for sure. Yeah. He got well taken care of.
Dinner and dessert.
So this, in a veneer perspective, will actually prevent the stone from sliding and really helps the job just go a little bit quicker.
And it's unique to your
It's unique to
brand. and your-
Pangaea, yeah.
We've talked about the stone, right?
Sure, I'm just making sure everything gets back
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, was this the other way? No, I don't think so.
I don't know. They're parallel, so it's hard to tell.
But so we've got stone, right? It's packed into this nice, neat crate.
Packaging is really important, as we all know. It's easy to stack, especially when there's space restrictions. That's very important.
Sure.
But the wood in itself, we have to be very, very conscious of insects, and we're all familiar with what's happening with our forests in terms of deforestation, with just regards to insects that they're not native
Sure.
to
that
North
area.
America, perhaps, right?
How to
Right,
get
how
there.
to get here.
Right.
More often than not, it is actually impregnated. They impregnate themselves in the wood, and when that wood travels around the globe, then of course there's a chance of infestation.
Sure. Stowaways.
So our wood, this is 100% pine. This pine is all heat treated. And so that means that basically the moisture content of the wood is under 10%, and therefore you do not get living insects inside this wood. Okay, so it prevents them from traveling abroad.
How do you prevent a stowaway? Stop feeding them.
Stop feeding them.
Stop feeding them.
Stop feeding them.
And so we are IPPC certified, which is the International Plant Protection Convention. Their stamps are all over the crate, and basically we have to pay attention to that type of detail because it's our responsibility as a corporation to make sure that we are doing things sustainably and consciously. So even the wood shavings that come from this in terms of planing the material, they get recycled back into, basically compacted into logs, which are used as fuel for poorer communities.
Can you do something like that with stone crumble?
Well, we
I was
do.
just thinking about that.
We recycle 100% of all.
What do you do with it?
It all goes into construction. It all goes into infrastructure. So all our material, 100% of our material, and you can see it in and around our communities that we serve locally, is that's 100% recycled right back into the local buildings that are being built there.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
That is really awesome.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh, how sweet!
Oh, walk in with a dog.
Oh, look at that.
Well, I just felt really bad because, I may not know a lot about stone, but I know, Sanjay, that you like dogs and that you do a lot to support animals. I thought we'd bring out Little Bear. Little Bear,
Little Bear's
he's a
adorable.
rescue as well,
Oh, wonderful!
and he's part of the Instone family. So I thought I'd introduce him.
And we've got a special place in our hearts for rescues.
Oh yeah. Looks like he could use a little stretch of the legs. I know I could. Should we go,
Let's go for-
take him for a walk?
For sure.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right,
I got
Seth.
the leash on him, so
All
we're
right,
good.
perfect.
So Sanjay, where did the idea to take in strays come from?
Real simple. We just love dogs. My wife and I love dogs. I grew up with dogs my whole life. When I met my wife, she was a cat lover. She still is, but introduced her to dogs and instantly fell in love.
So do you have dogs and cats living in your house together?
No, we don't.
Oh,
We just have dogs.
okay.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, I didn't know. Is that truly a recipe for disaster?
Mass hysteria.
Mass
right?
hysteria.
We actually support this charity in Jaipur. It's called Help in Suffering.
Okay.
And it's actually a charity that just supports all animals. And they basically rescue primarily dogs. So some of our dogs have come from this facility, and others have literally just come from the street.
You guys are big into the community and social, causes. Dogs aren't the only one.
No,
what
definitely
other
not.
What other initiatives do you guys support?
So we work with a lot of the public schools, and a lot of the public schools in the area that we're in have been neglected over the years. This is a lot of government schools. 80% of the students in these schools are primarily girls. So we really have focused on young girls in schools to try to help advance their education, provide scholarship, provide funding, and provide as much support as we can. We really want to give back to the communities that support us in our initiatives.
Being a part of that community, not only from an employer standpoint, but bigger than that. I mean, that's really making a connection, and I think doing something bigger than just stone, right? That's
sure,
what we're here
stone
for.
is a part of it,
Sure.
but of course that allows us to, again, give back.
You've got a new plant coming online. What are the things that you're doing to make sure that the environment's a part of that?
So I'm glad you asked that, because this plant is totally state-of-the-art. So we've got 9 million cubic liter fully water recycling.
Okay.
And so basically the only water that gets lost in our process is through evaporation. And so with this plant, we've also, from our rooftops, it's a full 530 kilowatt solar plant.
Really?
We've got implanted, yep. And that replaces our energy. So we really become a zero emission company.
What's next for you in the organization?
Yeah, so in March of 2023, we have networked with a organization called TWEX, which is the Third World Eye Care Society. And basically we will service the underserved communities with basically free eye exams.
That's awesome.
Free cataracts surgeries, as well as free eyeglasses. What is that sound?
Is it even possible we can hear hot off the facts out here? Well, I guess it's that time. Well, I can't believe we heard a fax machine outside, but
I mean, incredible, but they're here.
well, here we are.
Hot
Awesome.
off the facts.
Woo-wee. As always, warm and toasty. I love it. All right, got a question for you. Bob from Albuquerque asks, is the cost of natural stone comparable to manufactured stone?
Interesting question. It definitely is today. Wasn't perhaps 10 years ago, but today with the advancements in technology, it's definitely brought the cost much more in line to manufactured stone. I think a lot of what we do in terms of preparing the stone ready for install really brings that labor cost down too. So definitely from a supply install perspective, it's definitely very comparable.
So you can have it on your house. You really can. Awesome. Can you take care of that for me, please? Of course. Perfect. Awesome. Hey, our last question here. Michelle from Lockport asks, what breed of dog is Little Bear?
I'll take this one.
You got it?
Yeah. I'm told that he is half loaf of bread and half Chihuahua. I mean, he didn't smell like a loaf of bread.
Should we ask what kind of bread?
What kind of bread was it? Multigrain.
Pumpernickel?
Pumpernickel. I'm just going to say lightly toasted bread. Perfect.
So
there you go.
There you go.
All right.
Thanks, Michelle. Michelle, we appreciate that.
Okay.
Well, hey, all right. Remember, if you have questions for us, you can fax them to us. Yes, I said fax them to us at 708-371-0686. Who knows? Maybe your questions will be the next one on Hot Off the Facts. So that's about all the time we have today. But to wrap up each show, we like to ask our guests a unique question. Sanjay, why do you do what you do, and why is it important?
Very good question, and a very philosophical one as well. But really, I think it all boils back down to people. We have terrific teams. We have a terrific corporate culture. I love the people that I work with, and I love to inspire people. So yeah, I think all around it has to be back to people.
You and your organization, they inspire us
Thank you.
to do things a little bit better and kind of make sure that we're doing everything we can for not only our team, but our environment and everywhere in between. Definitely. Hey, thanks for being here.
Thank
we
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have today. So we hope you join us on the next episode of In Building Design.